Okay, sorry, we will start now. The purpose of information is not knowledge, it is being able to take the right action. How to secure the information, how to use information. There are various questions. So you also having some questions regarding to this. And also we have an important question that without programming can we get a job, or IT job, can we get a IT job? So for this today we are gathered here for a seminar of information security audit, so which gives you the answer of many questions. So talking about our guest, Mr. Abhishek Ghorpade sir, having 5+ experience in information security audit. They have experience in various areas such as drafting policies and procedure, implementation of ISMS, ISO 2700 audit, risk assessment and risk treatment, user access management, audit of various security solutions, firewall, routers, switches, email solution, Offices 365, DLP, Symantec, DAM, Impreva, WAF, Impreva, Arcos, PIM, IBM, Corder, WIPS, Arista, NIPS, Tripping Point, etc. And many more are there. So without wasting time, we start the session. Before that, one short note. If you are having any question, unmute yourself and ask, and mute yourself first. Okay? Thank you. Over to Abhishek sir.
Thank you, Pranali ma'am. Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. Sorry, guys, not hear you. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Good
Good
evening.
How
evening,
are you
sir.
all? How are you guys?
Fine, sir.
Hope you are doing
Safe,
well
sir.
in this pandemic. As ma'am has introduced me already, but still some information about me. Myself, Abhishek Ghorpade, working in Hewlett Packard Enterprise, that is HPE. I have 5 years of experience in information security audit with wide variety of compliance such as ISO 27001, ITIL, regulatory audits, DCPDR, GDPR, SOX audit, IT infra audit. Guys, just one incident I would like to share with you why I have choose this audit field. While I was studying in BSc, I added one file to the system using pen drive, and lab assistant automatically identified me and scolded me. That time, I was very concerned about how the network works, how the person identified me, how he know about my activity. That time I decided to learn networking and started my career in this field. Today we are here to know about information security audit. Before starting information security audit session, guys, can anyone tell me from your end what is information? What is mean by information? Can anyone of you? Hello?
Sir, data. It, data, sir, data.
Correct. Information means data. It might structure data or unstructured data or raw data. Any type of data is considered as a information. Can anyone tell me what is mean by security? Because here we are learning or we are getting information about information security audit. So can anyone tell me what is mean by security? Guys, I am listening to you. What is mean by security?
Information.
Correct. It is nothing but protecting or protection or defense something, defending something. Correct. And can anyone tell me what is mean by audit? Information means data. Security means protection or defense. Correct. And now audit. What is mean by audit?
Current state of something.
Okay. Audit means evaluation or assessment, assessing something or evaluating something. Means audit. First, understand what is audit. What is the formal definition of the audit? The formal definition of the audit is systematic, independent, and documented process for obtaining audit evidences and evaluating it objectively to determine the extent to which the audit criteria are fulfilled. I know, guys, you might feel this definition quite difficult to understand, and hence I am making it very simple for you. Audit definition mainly made up of two concepts. One is an official inspection and second one is independent body. The one concept is official inspection and second one is independent body. And now the simple definition of the audit is an official inspection of an organization's account, typically by an independent body. Many people think audit is a word related to finance, accounts, and they think audit done only for accounts. But if we look audit for other industries or organizations, there are lots of audit exist as per their services. There are process audit, product audit, layered audit is there, food safety audit is there, medicinal audit. Medicinal audit is also called as a clinical audit, infrastructure audit, equipment audit. Guys, by words itself, you can able to understand what things are getting audited in that particular audit. Can anyone tell me what auditor can measures in food safety audit? I know, guys, you somewhere heard food safety audit. So can anyone tell me what auditor can measures in food safety audit? Any simple answer. What quality can measure in food safety? Exactly. Quality of the food getting measured or audited. Now take the example of medicinal audit or clinical audit. Quality of the medicines, quality of the equipments, medical equipments are getting audited or measured. And today we are getting information about information security audit. Information security audit is also called as IS audit, which is information security again, IS audit, or IT audit, that is information technology audit. Now, how many types of audit is there? Before moving to IS audit or IT audit, there is common thing in all the audits, which is their types of audit. There are total 3 types of audit. First party audit, second party audit, third party audit. Now, who is that party? What is the purpose of that party? Let's see. First party audit is also known as internal audit. These are conducted by organization itself for management review purpose. Guys, take simplest example of an internal audit. Take the example of your college itself. If your college wants to audit, it's one of the department like IT department. Take the example of your own department, which is nothing but IT department. So one of the person from other department from same college conduct that audit. Internal person carry out the internal audit, which is the simplest example for you guys. Any doubt in this? In a first party audit?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Now, next type of audit is second party audit. Second party audit is also called as external audit. It is an audit conducted by a customer and its supplier because they have business relationship between customer and supplier. External audit helps them to improve the trust. For example, banking system. Bank provides services to customer, correct?
Yes.
And RBI is
Yes, sir.
an India's central bank. The RBI is a regulatory body of the entire banking in India. And hence, RBI, which is Reserve Bank of India, has right to perform external audit to maintain customer and supplier relationship. That is second party audit or external audit. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
And now take the third type of audit, which is third party audit. It is an audit conducted by an external agency for other purpose of the certification. They do not have any business relationship. For example, organization hire other agency, other party, or any other certification body to verify whether organization is following their defined policies, rules, or guidelines to achieve the objective or goals of organization. So mainly there are three types of audit. First party audit, which is nothing but internal audit. Second party audit, which is external audit, which is performed by RBI regulatory body. First party is your internal body, which is conduct the internal person. And third party audit. Third party audit is an again performed by certification body, that is nothing but ISO 27001 or PCI DSS. Later on, we will see what is ISO, what is PCI DSS, guys. Now, we are coming to our actual topic, which is information security audit. So, information security audit is for IT environment, IT organization. And for every sector which generates, which process the information, which is nothing but again data. Information or data is an important asset for any organization. And here, IS audit plays a vital role. For example, can anyone tell me which asset is important for college? As I said, information or data is an important asset for any organization. Now take the example of your college. Which asset is important for your college? Can anyone tell me? Guys, listening to you.
Details of students, information of students.
Correct. Any other
Um,
example? Any other asset which is
um,
important for college?
पेमेंट ऑफ फीस
Correct.
उसके बारे में इंफॉर्मेशन.
Correct. Any information, students data, teachers data, infrastructure asset, parents details, fee details, each and every information which is carried out in college is an important asset for that college. Now take another example, hospital. Can anyone tell me which asset is important for hospital?
Equipment डिटेल.
Correct.
um,
Patients detail.
Detail of patients,
Yeah, so-
patient details.
Correct. Hospital asset like
And
machineries,
which
equipments, apparatus,
doctor
beds,
is
oxygen.
available and that.
Correct. Doctor details is also one of the important information or asset for the
Staff
hospital.
details.
Staff detail, correct. So this is the asset for hospital. Now we take the example of our field, IT field. Which information is important asset for information technology department or IT industry or IT organization or bankings or banking environment? Can anyone tell me?
Information about projects and
So again here information is a important asset. And as I said, the infrastructure which generates and processes the data is the valuable asset for IT and banking industry. And here infrastructure asset means nothing but hardware. Am I right?
yeah, sir.
Hardware, yes, hardware is consist of servers, databases, web servers, software or applications, consist of core banking application, email application, the team application which you are using is the again one of the important application. Correct? Each and every tool which is getting used in the organization or in the college is important software and application for that college. All the applications are important infrastructure asset for the college or again for all organization. Clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Now we have seen infrastructure asset as an hardware and software. And third one, which is network or communication, which established between hardware and software, is also important asset for the information technology department or IT organization, which is nothing but routers, switches, firewall, and many more devices which establish communication or network in the organization, which helps in generating and processing the information, is again one of the important infrastructure asset in the organization. Getting, guys?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So now what is the definition of information security audit? Information security audit is an evaluation of IT assets, maintaining data, confidentiality, integrity, availability, and operating effectively to achieve the organization's goals or objectives. Able to understand, guys? Any doubt in this? Information security audit is an evaluation of IT assets, maintaining data confidentiality, integrity, availability, which is nothing but CIA. We will see this what is CIA in next slide, and operating effectively to achieve the organization's goals or objective. Now, what auditor checks in audit? What IS auditor or information security auditor checks in that IT audit or IS audit? In information security audit or IS audit, security model is getting checked. And organization use security model to keep data secure. What is that security model? That security model are confidentiality, integrity, and availability. These three principles or security model are obviously top of any information security professionals. We also call it as a CIA approach or CIA model. First one is confidentiality. Confidentiality means only authorized users and processes should be able to access or modify data. Confidentiality is equivalent to privacy. For example, bank account number. Bank account number is private data of the customer. Am I right, guys?
Yes, sir.
Bank account number, your PAN number is confidential or private data of the customer, and it is confidential data for all the organization, banks, in IT department where that data is getting processed. Now, in example of your college, personal information of the students, teachers, parents, educational details which you guys filled in the forms or in online mode is the confidential information for the college. For the, again, for industry like hospitals, personal information about patients and their health information is confidential data for hospital. Guys, any doubt? If you have any doubt, please raise your hand or unmute yourself and ask. I hope so you are getting the concepts.
Yes, sir.
Now, next security model is integrity. Integrity means data should be maintained in a correct state and nobody should be able to improperly modify it. Added any addition, any deletion, or any modification should be done in that data, either accidentally or maliciously. For example, you try to connect to a website and a malicious attacker between you and website redirects your traffic to a different website. In this case, the site you are directed is not a genuine one. Means you are facing integrity issue of the website. Now the next security model is availability. Authorized users should be able to access data whenever they need. In a simple way, system should be available to whom requires them. For example, ATM. You often visit ATM for getting cash, correct?
Yes.
The ATM,
Yes, sir.
correct. The ATMs which place publicly accessible whenever bank is closed, whenever customer requires, and it should be available 24/7 for the service. In IT, we expect critical systems should not be down for a single second. That means availability. That means we expect system uptime should always be 100%. Getting, guys? So as an auditor, we
Yes.
check. So as an auditor, we check these three model, which is called as a CI approach security model, while auditing any system, any department, or any organization. So guys, now which framework we use as an audit for the audit, or which guideline we use while performing audit? There are different frameworks, guidelines are getting used depending on services of the organization. For example, ISO 27001, PCI DSS, COBIT, HIPAA, GDPR. I know guys, these words are new to you and it is not related to you, but still try to understand. Now, what are the difference between this framework? I know guys, ISO 27000 you heard. What is ISO? Can anyone tell me what is ISO?
Yes, sir. International standardization for
Correct,
standardization.
correct, correct. So ISO 27001 is an international standard on how to manage information security. This framework or guideline or standard can apply any organization. So we follow ISO 27001 guideline or framework while auditing. Now the next framework is PCI DSS. Guys, we oftenly use card transaction. PCI DSS stands for Payment Card Industry Data Security Standard. This framework is for any company that stores, process, or transmit cardholder information. The card which you are using while transaction. For example, bank needs to be certified by PCI DSS. Likewise, all the payment gateways like Visa card, MasterCard, RuPay card, they have to perform PCI DSS certification before providing services to the customer. You guys get these details on each and every card. Even if you open your Google Pay or Paytm, at the bottom line, you might get PCI DSS certification or ISO 27000 mark over there. That means your Google Pay application or Phone Pay or your Paytm, they also needs to get certified before providing services. Now take the next framework, COBIT. This is another kind of framework for organization in any industry which ensures quality, control, and reliability of information system. This is again one of the important framework for all type of organization. It might be a small scale organization or large scale organization. Anyone can use this COBIT framework for audit purpose. Now the next framework is HIPAA. HIPAA stands for Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act. This is for health information and privacy and security, basically used for hospital management. Each and every hospitals or medical or where the places where pharmaceutical companies, where the medicines are getting generated or processed, they needs to be HIPAA certified. So you can able to understand, as per services, different types of frameworks or guidelines or standards are getting used and certifications are getting acquired. Am I correct, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now the next framework is GDPR. This is standard regulation. GDPR is a standard regulation. It stands for General Data Protection Regulation. This regulation is made for all the European companies. These guidelines ensures PII information. That is nothing but personal information, personal identifiable information of individual. Can anyone tell me which is the personal identifiable information of the individual? What would be the personal identifiable information of any individual?
Sir, Aadhaar card details like name,
PAN card,
address.
Aadhaar card, ma'am.
Correct. The name of the person, contact number of the person, weight of that particular person, height of that particular person, age, each and every single detail which directs to that person is a PII information, personal identifiable information. And for security purpose, all the European companies or the European law, they use GDPR regulation for the companies which are established in Europe and which process the European public's information. They have to GDPR compliant. That means they cannot share any of the person's details to any other organization, or they cannot use for their benefit purpose. They have to keep these details secure. Any doubt till this, guys? Guys, any doubt?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Guys,
No,
just
sir.
to see whether you understood the things, I have some surprise for you. Ma'am, can you please add a link of Google Form so we'll start next slide.
Students, I have just added one link to chat box. You just have to fill. We will wait for 10 minutes while you are filling the form. And later on, sir will continue with his lecture.
Okay, ma'am.
I hope everyone has done with the Google form. So sir will discuss, and those who have not filled the form, please fill the Google form.
So guys, let's see the answers. The first question was, audit is an official inspection performed by independent body. Correct. 23, 92% gave the correct answer. Second question was audit performed by independent body. 18% gave the correct answers. The third question was, which of the following is not the type of audit? In-house audit. We have seen only 3 types of audit: first party audit, second party audit, third party audit. First party means internal audit, second party means external audit, and third party, which is performed by certification body. We haven't seen in-house audit. So that was correct answer. What is the valuable asset for IT organization? Information or data or infrastructure asset is a valuable asset for IT organization. And the fifth question, which was very critical, and only 3% gave correct answers. What is mean by availability? System is available anytime, anywhere. Guys, here I gave the example of ATM. ATM system available every time, 24/7 for the service. And most of the people gave wrong answer, which is system is available when there is a requirement. No, I told 100% availability needs. There should not be single second downtime for any critical devices. So the correct answer is first, system is available anytime, anywhere. And no one got 10 out of 10 marks. Only Sarthak, I guess. So all the best, Sarthak. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Fine. Now let's continue. The next slide. Guys, we saw information audit. What is information audit? What is security model? What is audit framework? What we checks in audit? While auditing, we need to prepare plan before execute. So audit plan is the one of the important role task for an auditor. Good planning is backbone of audit. Audit without plan is nothing. In a simple, you fails if you go without plan for audit. The objective of audit planning is to ensure that an audit is carried out in an effective manner, with timely manner, and with quality. So while auditing, we take care of everything: effectiveness of the audit, time which required for audit, and also we need to ensure the quality while performing audit. In audit plan, we consider below things: duration of audit, requirements in audit, gap analysis, reporting, and follow-ups. The first audit plan is scope. Guys, what is the scope? What is the scope of audit? Is it for entire organization, or is it for particular application, or for particular department like HR department, account department, marketing department, or IT department? Going further in IT department for IT operations, IT admin, IT network, data center, DR center, which is nothing but disaster recovery center. We define here audit boundaries, the limitations for audit, the scope of audit we primarily define in audit plan. Now we next focus on duration of the audit. Here we calculate time required for complete end-to-end audit. Guys, remember one thing in audit duration is always depend upon scope. If the audit scope is big, time required for audit is more. Now, the next plan is requirements. Requirements required in audit. What data we required while audit? Here we prepare checklist or prerequisite, which required as a prior condition, and share this checklist to stakeholders, to the organization, to whom they want to conduct the audit. So in audit plan, we check scope, duration of audit, then we prepare, then we generate requirements for the audit. And the fourth plan is gap analysis. In this stage, we gather all the information or related data which is provided by stakeholders, to whom we provide prerequisite or checklist. Gap analysis is nothing but risk analysis. That means what are the threat or risk associated with my environment to my organization. Guys, gap analysis is important part in audit. In further slide, I am explaining how to perform gap analysis with example of IT security device firewall. So I am holding this part, gap analysis, for the time. Let's move to the next audit plan, which is reporting. After conducting gap analysis, we prepare report with observations or possible risks and recommendations. We prepare audit report and submit to top management for their decision. Post reporting, we take follow-up for closure of the observation. In reporting, we provide the observations, and post observation submitted to IT department or IT head or top management, we take follow-up. And this is also one of the important role to be performed by auditor. It isn't like कि audit हो गया and everything has finished. Till the observation closure, auditor's role is important in audit. Guys, consider one organization want to conduct audit of security device. So why, first of all, understand why are they auditing security devices? Because these devices transfers the information or data, and they don't want their information getting hacked. So they have asked to conduct firewall, router, switch audit from external auditor. And we are preparing here checklist for the firewall audit, which is for gap analysis. Before starting audit checklist, guys, anyone from you can tell me what is router, switch, or firewall? Guys, what is mean by router? I hope we all are from IT, so we
Yes,
know
sir.
this.
It's a transmitting device for the interconnection of network.
Correct. Router is a device in your network that gives you internet connectivity. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
For example, traffic between ISP, which is nothing but internet service provider, which is your Hathway, to public or private network, which is nothing but your personal desktop or laptop. Router is a device which gives you a network internet connectivity. Now, what is switch? Can anyone tell me what is switch? Switch is high-speed device that receives incoming data packets and redirecting them to their destination on a local area network. Guys, in a router, as I said, the example from Hathway to your personal desktop or personal laptop, the connectivity is established through router. But in organization where hundreds of users, thousands of users interconnected, so they require high speed device for communication. So switch is useful over there. We use switch to connect more than 100 or 1000 systems together within the private network. Private network means your organization network. Now, what is firewall? Firewall is a device which monitors or controls incoming and outgoing network traffic based upon predetermined security rules. For example, firewall monitors traffic between public network to private network and vice versa. So firewall is a intermittent device between ISP to public or private network, which monitors everything, each and every traffic which pass from your personal laptop or desktop or organization's laptop or desktop to the public network, which is nothing but internet outside world. Now let's see what we incorporated in the checklist for security device firewall and how we perform gap analysis. While auditing network security device firewall, we ask for inventory of device. Guys, can anyone tell me what would be the inventory for firewall or for any device for your laptop? What would be the inventory details? Inventory of device like IP address of the device, which unique identification of the system to send and receive information. Hostname. Hostname is another inventory. Is nothing but system name, model of the device, IP addresses, hostname, model of the device, OS version on which that device is running, and the placement of the device within the network and within the organization is the inventory detail of that security device. Am I correct, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
In inventory, we observe or we assess or we audit whether model of the device is not out of support, whether firewall is running on latest updated operating system version. In placement, we check the coverage of the traffic, whether any traffic is not bypassing my firewall. Each and every traffic is going through the firewall only. The next checklist or the next thing which we ask to stakeholder while auditing is document. On organization level, we call it as a policy, process and procedure for that document. Policy is nothing but rule and standard. Simple example of policy is working hours should be 8 hours. It is just policy is nothing but just a statement in the organization. Network device should be secure. But who, how, how should do that will document it or mention in the other document, which is process document and procedure document. In document, we observe or we assess whether policy or process or procedure is maintained by an organization, whether they have prepared, whether it is approved by top management. And last, we check everything is working as per policy, process and procedure. Guys, any doubt till this? Currently, we are learning how to prepare checklist in audit. First, we ask for inventory of that secret device. Then we ask for document. Also, side by side, we are checking what we are getting audited in this. The next we ask for network architecture. In network architecture, we ask for high level diagram, low level diagram, which is nothing but LLD. There are two terms used commonly in network design. Let's see simple architecture of your individual system. Take example of your local internet service provider, which is your Hathway. Hathway provides router or wired line, and your system connects to that router for the internet. Here your ISP, Hathway, bears the firewall device cost and restrict and monitor all the traffic of your home system, which is laptop or desktop. And also your individual laptop or desktop have the configuration of the firewall to restrict the public traffic. This is the simple network architecture, but in organization, there are lots of departments are getting interconnected. So we ask for HLD or LLD diagram. Here you can see in organization architecture, there are number of departments are interconnected. You can check over there. There are small boxes are there, large building, medium building. There are different locations. They are interconnected to core system of the organization. Here you can check. This is the core system of the organization, and all the departments, like this is one location, another department is interconnected to that core area, all the data centers where all the data of the organization stores. And this is the internet which acquired by the organization. As you acquire or you get the internet from Hathway, likewise same organization take the internet service from different service provider. And here from public network to the organization's core system, all the security devices are placed. And here your firewall, router, switches are placed. Again, for each and every department also, router and switches are placed to interconnect. Here you can check email servers are kept, web servers are kept. So these are security devices over here, and which is the only entry point and exit point for the information in the organization. Guys, this is very basic for this, large scale architecture. But in audit, we check each and every component, how they are getting connected, whether they are connecting through wired or wireless, or in each and every building or location, how many devices are connected. For that only we ask for inventory. Whenever we ask for inventory, we get all the details of firewall. Suppose this is the one firewall, this is another firewall device. So while we ask for inventory, we get all the inventory of the devices, and we check whether all the devices are work properly, whether OS is updated properly, patches are properly maintained in that security devices. So likewise, we check this architecture and we provide the gap for this architecture. Next, we ask for device configuration. Device configuration, here we are taking example of firewall. So firewall configuration we are looking over here. So in firewall, we check configuration of all interfaces to how many system that firewall is connected. That is nothing but interfaces. In this, we observe all the connectivity of the firewall, whether any unused interface is not enabled on my firewall. Second, we check login banner. In device configuration, we check login banner. Each and every system should have display warning message before login to the system. This is nothing but for both authorized users as well as unauthorized user, saying that this system or this computer or this device is proprietary of ABC organization, and illegal activity on this system considered as a major violation of the policy and strict action can be taken. So this is the login banner, which needs to be displayed each and every computer, each and every device. Likewise, firewall also needs to be displayed while it switch on or while user is getting enroll in the device. Also, we check AAA concept. AAA concept means authentication, authorization, and accountability. Authentication provides the answer for the question, who are you? Or are you the same person you are claiming? Authorization provides the answer for the question, are you allowed to do this task? Do you have right to perform these changes? Or you are the person is the one to whom we have given the access. Accounting provides the answer for the question, what did you do? Who is the responsible for this? Whatever changes done on that firewall, is that legal changes? Or in case anything happen after that changes, who will be the responsible for that changes? So we check these 3A concept, that is for this we call AAA: authentication, authorization, and accountability. Third, we check SNMP configuration. SNMP means simple network mail protocol. Whether the information generated on that firewall device or any security device needs to be transferred from one place to another place over the email or mobile device for any reason. For example, status or utilization of that firewall, which needs to be understand to the owner, because this is the critical device and each and every activity happen on that firewall or critical devices needs to be getting these details to owner on on timely basis. So we check SNMP configuration for that, whether these things are getting happen or not, whether SNMP protocol is enabled on that device or not, whether all these details are getting transmitted to the application owner or device owner. Because here we check availability. In case if utilization goes high and that system gets down, this information needs to be transferred to the owner to maintain high availability. Understood, guys? Guys, hope you are listening.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. The next checklist in device configuration, we check telnet configuration. Telnet is a terminal network which runs over 23 ports, and this port is established remote access control with the device from any destination. And here we recommend that telnet port should be disabled because this is a critical device and their access should be restricted from other location, from other destination. Only authorized people able to access this device, and hence we disable this telnet configuration, telnet port, which runs on 23 port number. If this port is open, we give audit observation saying that telnet port is enabled on so and so firewall, and anyone can take remote access, which may get a major security breach. Other than we also check in configuration of the firewall is port, whether which ports are open on that device. What are the ports are open on that device? Here we check whether any risky port is not enabled on that firewall. If it is, we recommend for closure of that port. Then we check high availability. See, I am again and again saying these devices are important and critical for me. So it should be highly available in the organization. Because if it goes down, all the work gets hampered. Here we check high availability of that device, high availability configuration of that firewall. What if one firewall goes down? Is there another secondary firewall is established? Is there another secondary firewall is configured, which can be runs parallelly and which will allow user to transmit data from one place to another place, or from private network to public network. So whenever we check whether backup option is there for that critical device or secondary option is there in high availability arrangement. Also we check user access review. Here we check how many users have assigned admin or root level access. How many users have monitoring access, operational access on that device to modify configurations. Also, we check what roles or responsibility of every individual or user which are available on that device. Also, we check password management of that user, whether they have configured complex password in that organization, in that firewall. Password encryption is enabled. Two-factor authentication, which is nothing but your mobile device is connected, that user's mobile device is connected to firewall while login. So multi-factor authentication is enabled so that they can get OTP on their mobile number. And other than password, while with entering OTP, he can connect to that system. So this is called as a multi-factor authentication. Whether this multi-factor authentication is getting enabled or not on that device. Password rotation. After every 60 days, that passwords are getting rotated, or user is changing their passwords after 60 days. We check this configuration. Also, we check account lockout. After 5 consecutive bad attempts of the password, whether accounts is getting locked or not. Dormancy period. If any particular user is not accessing his account on that critical device more than 15 days, whether that account gets dormant or not. Also, we check unlocking of account. Means after 3 attempts of bad password, that account gets locked. So user needs to wait for 30 minutes. So here we check unlocking of accounts. These all configuration we check on that firewall device. This is only for security purpose, guys. Also, we check NTP configuration. NTP means network time protocol, which is used for time synchronization. Each and every device needs to be timely synchronized. We observe whether primary NTP or secondary NTP is configured on the device or not. Whether NTP server is synchronized with all the devices. Also, we check log or syslog configuration, whether all administrative logs, whatever admin is changing on that firewall, is getting traced or captured or not. Also, for all users like monitoring users, operational users, or any least privileged users, logs are getting captured or not, or stored on that device, whether this configuration is enabled on that device. Also, we check all this information, all these logs are getting transmitted to SIEM. SIEM is nothing but system information and event management. This is a central repository of all types of log in the organization. Each and every big organization have SIEM. SIEM is nothing but again system information and event management. All systems log, each and every individual logs for laptop, desktop, firewall, routers, switches, all the devices logs are getting stored on the SIEM. So we check whether these things are getting happened on that firewall. Guys, hope you are getting.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Also in device configuration, we check data backup or configuration backup. Here we check the frequency of the backup, whether daily, whether that device is getting backup on daily basis, weekly basis, or monthly basis, whether that backup stored on central location and not on the same device, because if same device goes down, we will not use that backup. We cannot use that backup. So that we store that backup on central location. Also that whatever backup we storing on central location, whether it is an encrypted format, because no one should have rights to access that backup and no one should modify that backup. And hence we ask whether that backup is whatever backup stored on that central location is encrypted or not. Also we check which type of backup the organization take, whether they take full backup, incremental backup, differential backup, or mirror backup. Full backup is the most basic backup type, which takes complete backup of the operations. In differential backup, it backup only till the data changed since the previous full backup. An organization often use one of the following backup settings. They either use full backup, full weekly backup, or differential daily backup, full weekly backup, or incremental daily backup. These three types, one of the backup type organization use. Also, we check change management. In change management, we observe or we check whether any changes like configuration change, architecture change, process document change is performed with proper approval of the higher management. Nothing can be changed on these critical security devices with maker checker approval concept. Maker means the person who is performing the change. Checker means the person who verifies the change. And the approver is the person who has ownership of the changes. So we check each and every changes perform change management or follows change management system, which is nothing but change checker, maker, and approval concept. Also, we check incident management. In this, we observe what incident happened previously on the device. For example, device goes down due to internet issue, high utilization, and so on. What action they have performed on that device for that previous incident? Whether they have found root cause analysis (RCA), why this incident happened, and how to handle or avoid if this situation happens again. Guys, this was our checklist while performing firewall audit, and we transmit or we provide this checklist or prerequisite to stakeholder and gather all the information. And likewise, we check the things and we provide reports as an gap analysis to top management. Guys, this is how the firewall configuration look like. Here you can check whatever we have no so the interfaces, authentication, security, switching, what routing configuration they have configured, what services they have configured on firewall, what syslogging configuration they have enabled, whether they have enabled syslogging or not. Here NTP, network time protocol, is configured on that device. What types of accesses, roles assigned to that users, here we can monitor or here we can check. This is how the configuration stakeholder provides to us. Here is login banner. Login banner means the warning message which you get or display whenever we switch on to the system. And this is the functionality of the firewall. As we check, firewall monitors all incoming and outgoing traffic. Here the functionality of the firewall. Here they create policy which traffic should be allowed or which traffic is denied in the organization, and on which port this traffic is getting transmitted, whether on TCP port, UDP port, or all the ports. Here destination IP address, source IP address, we check. This is how the firewall configuration look like. Here again, guys, there are many company provides firewall. For example, Checkpoint. Checkpoint is one of the company which prepare device for firewall. There is firewall, there is Checkpoint firewall, Palo Alto firewall, Juniper firewall is there. Here you can check how Checkpoint firewall looks like and how the policies are getting configured or displayed in the Checkpoint firewall. Here you can check how many hits are getting from any source to destination. Here 9,000 hits are getting or transmitted from corporate internal network to GW group or GW group destination, and this traffic is transmitting through all the ports or any ports. Here particular ports they have defined, which is HTTP, and see the action they have configured. They have configured drop action. So this rule is deny rule. So this traffic is restricted in my organization from this source to this destination, because this source might have a critical information in the organization, and hence they have restricted this traffic from this source to this destination. And you can check 9K hits are getting generated, and this is how the alert generations are displayed in Checkpoint firewall. Now guys, what other technologies are in security? We have saw firewall as an example, router as an example, switch as an example. There are in organization various technologies are used, various security devices are used. One of the antivirus, one of the security device or a security tool is nothing but antivirus, which each and every laptop has. But in organization where all the systems are connected, their antivirus are managed from single source. They use antivirus server for that. Guys, any doubt? I hope you are listening, guys.
Yes, sir.
Okay, there are different types of technologies or security devices are getting used in the organization. DLP, data loss prevention, to prevent data loss. NIPS, network or intrusion prevention system, NIPS. WIPS, wireless intrusion prevention system, because in organization we use mobile. We take our mobiles into the organization. We take our personal laptop. To restrict this traffic, wireless intrusion prevention system is getting used. DAM is database access monitoring, because in organization lots of databases are getting used for different application, different databases are used. So to monitor who has fired which query, who has fired delete query, truncate query. So DAM, database access monitoring, is a security device they place in between database servers and user system. So DAM is a security device which monitors all these queries. Also, privilege identity management tool, PIM solution, which is used to see which user is using which rights or what users are doing with their rights. So PIM solution is there, and there are lots of other technologies. Guys, hope these names are new to you. There are a hell lot of like WAF, DAM, and their functionalities are very various. So we audit these technologies. Guys, each and every organization generates that data and process that data through these security devices. And hence, our scope is very important in organization. So other than development or programming language, this is another, you know, another field in IT organization you can go for. There are various certification in this IT audit field. ISO 27001 lead auditor, LA. CISM, Certified Information Security Manager. CISSP, Certified Information System Security Professional. CISA, Certified Information System Auditor. These types of certifications are available in the organization for our field, for auditor field. And there are lots of job roles are exist in IT field as an information security analyst, CISO, Chief Information Security Officer, security consultant, security architect. So as an information security auditor, there is big scope, guys. Well, that's all I have got to say. Thank you for listening me with patience. I'm thankful to Kelkar College and staff for giving me opportunity to share my knowledge with students. Guys, any
Thank
questions
you,
to you?
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Guys, any questions from your end?
Yes, sir.
Please.
Sir, how do we need to approach for these jobs in these fields?
See, after your graduation or post-graduation, you may get
Okay.
IT security analyst, which is a basic, opportunity for audit field. And there is ISO 27001 certification also, which is 5 days course. And here you all the concept we have gone through, they take in that course, and you will get how the organization works, how the data is getting processed, and how we can secure that data in that course. But there is no security analyst is the primary opportunity for freshers.
Okay.
Any other question?
Yes, Abhishek, sir.
Please.
I have one question.
In please go ahead.
Industry, am I audible, sir?
Yes.
Okay. So, I have a question that are we performing the same process for IDS, IPS also for audit?
Yes, same. Because for IDS, intrusion detection system, and IPS, intrusion prevention system, you again require inventory. the checklist, you just remember that checklist which we have gone through.
Yes, yes.
So we need inventory first. Again, on which operating system, whether patches or signatures are getting updated in that device, because IDS and IPS have its own functionality. It detects, IDS detects and IPS prevent.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you know, all the checklist is similar for all the devices, but as per their functionality, minor changes are there. For example, see, inventory, device configuration, your architecture is similar. Okay, for IDS, IPS as well. Their placement also we can ask for whether they have placed properly in organization, and whether we are not bypassing each and every, you know, transmission through IPS and IDS.
Okay.
The additional thing in IPS and IDS we check is that signatures, because signatures is the information of, you know, information of the signature is nothing but the code where how to prevent a malicious activity while transmitting the information. This is the just the payload. So we check whether signatures are getting no we our organization have updated signatures in firewall. As for example, in firewall we check source, destination and ports whether they have allowed or not. This is the as a firewall is a monitoring device, we check these things. But in IPS and IDS, as an with their functionality, we check the signature updates.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, sir. On behalf of IT department of PG Vaze College, I am here to deliver a vote of thanks. Thanks to Mrs. Purnima Bangale ma'am, HOD of IT department, for providing the permission for seminar. I express deep gratitude for the speaker, Mr. Abhishek Ghorpade sir, for their enlightening talk. Last but not least, I am thankful for IT department and all the participants for their kind cooperation and making it a successful event. Thank you, students, and also fill the feedback form for the certificate. I just pasted the link in the chat box. So you just go to that feedback form and just fill it for the certificate. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.